Hey everybody, it's Eric, your friendly sports nut, and this is Sports Nut News. So on today's show, I want to talk about some soccer, some footy with you guys. So first of all, let's start with MLS. Major League Soccer just wrapped up their MLS is Back tournament down in Orlando. So the first thing is the MLS is Back tournament final just finished, and the Portland Timbers defeated the Orlando City SC 2-1. And the big part about this is not only winning it and having bragging rights, but they also earned a CONCACAF Champions League berth. So this is huge for Portland Timbers because normally you'd have to win the MLS Cup in order to have a CONCACAF Champions League berth. So this is just an extra shot. It's huge. Now, as you know, before COVID-19 hit, the MLS played 2 regular season games. They then used the group stage of the MLS's Back tournament as regular season games, so the points, the goals, and everything counted towards the regular season. Now, they just recently announced that the regular season will continue after this tournament, and it actually kicks off tomorrow, starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, with FC Dallas and Nashville SC. So, some of these games that will happen, it is an 18-game season. You will be played in their own stadiums. With the exception of the Canadian teams, they have not yet decided where or figured out where the Canadian teams will be playing because the American teams won't be able to bounce back and forth over the border. So fans will be allowed at select venues if they're able to in their specific cities and regions, depending on health code. Typically, I would probably say it won't happen, but I'm sure in the States there will be some cities that will be like, oh, Trump says COVID-19 is not so bad, so let's just throw 5,000 fans in a 20,000 seat stadium or whatever the case may be. So they'll play 18 games. It starts tomorrow night. The playoffs will then begin tentatively November 20th, and the MLS Cup final is tentatively booked for December 12th. So, like I said, they're still trying to sort out where the Canadian teams are going to be playing. Rumor is the Toronto FC will be playing at the New York Red Bulls Arena, which will be interesting because Red Bull Arena is also being hosted by the New York Red Bulls and apparently New York City FC as well, because the fact that the Yankees are playing their games again. So it's going to be interesting over the next few days, weeks, whatever, to see how this goes, see when the Canadian teams are able to sort out where they're playing, who they're playing, and how they can do. I mean, I'm excited to continue to watch some soccer. I love Toronto FC, obviously. They're going to hopefully be able to challenge for another MLS Cup or at least another playoff spot. That would be fantastic, considering the MLS's Back tournament kind of went to crap pretty quick. Now, let's shift focus to Europe, the UEFA Champions League. They just wrapped up the tail end of their round of 16 that wasn't finished before COVID-19 hit and closed everything down. So now we have the quarterfinals sorted out. Atalanta will be playing PSG, so Paris Saint-Germain, on Wednesday, so tomorrow. RB Leipzig will be playing Atletico Madrid on Thursday. Barcelona will be playing Bayern Munich on Friday, and Manchester City will be playing Lyon on Saturday. Now, these are normally a 2-leg affair, but this year, just to kind of wrap it up as quickly as possible, it will be a 1-leg single elimination game. And then the semifinals are scheduled for August 18th and 19th, and the final will be August 23rd. So I'm not a huge fan of any of these teams. Bayern Munich will be fun to watch. Obviously, Alphonso Davies, the Canadian superstar on the back end, should be fun to watch. I mean, Manchester City, if you're a European fan, or a Man City fan for that matter, an England fan. And then Barcelona is always fun with Messi and all them. So it will be interesting to watch a few of these games. Now, the big one that will be nice and close to home. Not technically close to here in Ottawa, but close to home is the Canadian Premier League. So, the Canadian Premier League is getting going for 2020. It didn't look like it was going to happen just strictly because of the fact that COVID-19 hit when they were about to start. It was supposed to start in April, I believe. So, I mean, they're doing the Island Games, as they're calling it, which is a kind of regular season format schedule down in PEI. So let's see what Atletico Ottawa can do. It is their first season in the Premier League. Obviously, as some of you know, Atletico Ottawa is owned partially by Atletico Madrid. It was kind of a very quick put the team together after the Ottawa Fury folded due to unfortunate circumstances with the USL, etc. So let's break down their schedule. So they start August 15th at noon. August 19th at 1 p.m., August 23rd at noon, August 27th at 2 p.m., August 30th at 3 p.m., September 2nd at 8 p.m., and September 6th at noon. Now, some of these games are going to be subject to change. We don't know if the times may change. I've heard some talk already that some of the fixtures may have already changed times, so check the Canadian Premier League website or app for that matter to check these. So that is technically stage 1. There will be 28 total matches. Now, stage 2 of the Island Games will be a group stage for seeds 1 to 4 after stage 1. So after the 28 games total are played, the top 4 out of the 8 teams in the Premier League will be seeded 1 through 4 and will play 6 matches in total. And then the winner of that will go into the two winners, obviously, number 1 and 2 seed, will be going to the single game final. That will be interesting to see. I'm hoping Atletico Ottawa can challenge maybe for a playoff spot in the stage 2. Hopefully win a championship would be amazing for first year, but I mean, the team is so new. They didn't really get a training camp because it got cut short by COVID-19. They were actually training in Madrid when COVID-19 hit. So this whole year has just kind of screwed a lot of things up, but I'm excited to actually see what Atletico Ottawa can do. I mean, I used to be part of the Bytown Boys Supporters Club for the Ottawa Fury back in 2014 in their initial season. I stayed there, but I also worked for the Fury Games at TD Place for a few years. So, I mean, I'm excited to get some Canadian soccer back in the mix, other than, like, obviously MLS and Toronto FC. But yeah, it should be fun to watch the Canadian Premier League. Some of these games will be played on CBC, but most of them you have to subscribe, I should say, to One Soccer. It is an app or a website, whatever, that you can access all these games. They cover all of the Canadian Premier League games. I'm not quite sure the cost, but I believe it's like $10 a month or something like that. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, please hit like. If you really like it, smash the subscribe button and share it with all your friends. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or any comments. And hopefully I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, ciao, bye.